Good morning, students. You are welcome back to another section of online class. Today, we are going to be looking at the topic drug and substance abuse. And at the end of this topic, students should be able to define drug. Also, students should be able to define substance abuse. There's difference between drug abuse and substance abuse. So you are going to see as we proceed. Also, students should be able to tell us the meaning and definition of drug abuse and substance abuse. After that, students should be able to tell us the classification, list and explain, give examples of classification of drug abuse or drugs or abusive drugs. Okay, be able to give us the classification of other tranquilizers and other hallucinogen. So different types of drugs that are being abused. Okay, and also give us causes of drug abuse. These and many more will be explained as we go further in the course of the topic. So let us look at drug and drug abuse. Firstly, definition of drug. A drug is any substance apart from food that is taken into our body and because of its nature affect the structure or functions of the body of the person that takes it. So drugs affect the structure or function of the body. So and it is any substance taken apart from food. So drugs are meant to be administered under the proper supervision of a doctor or any other trained medical person. And the purpose of drug is to fight against diseases and save lives. So, having understood the meaning of drug, let us now look at drug abuse. When a drug is misused or abused, that is, when it is not taken according to the instruction given by the doctor, but used for a purpose it is not meant for, or used for the appropriate purpose but in a wrong dosage, then the drug has been abused. So that is the meaning of drug abuse. When it is used for inappropriate purpose, when a wrong dosage is used, so what the person is practicing is drug abuse. So there's another we call substance abuse. When substances like coffee, tobacco, alcohol, sugar, gum, and glue are used for the purposes for which they are not meant for, or just to have a hallucinating effect, then we call that substance abuse. So, what are the classification of drugs? So, this is a table that shows the classification of drugs. We have 5 major classes of drugs: the stimulant, tranquilizer, sedative, narcotics, hallucinogen. So these are the 5 different types of drugs. Now let's look at the stimulants. So in this table, the stimulants, example of stimulants are caffeine, cocaine, and their medical use naturally is anesthetics. So their medical use is anesthetics. So and what are the causes? What are those things that they can cause if it is being if this particular drug is being abused? So it can cause depression and death. So that is that about the drug stimulant. We have tranquilizers. Tranquilizer is another type of drug. So this tranquilizer example is Valium. It produces tension and aids people to sleep. That is the medical use naturally. But if it is being abused, it can result to dizziness and excess sleep. So the third one is sedatives. Example of sedative is barbiturates, and the medical use is to treat ulcer, hypertension, convulsion, epilepsy, and mental disorder. But if this drug is abused, it results to weakness, tremors, convulsion, and addiction. So the fourth type is narcotics. Opium is the source of morphine. The artificial type is called heroin. So it is used medically to keep pain from accidents or diseases. But when it is being abused, when inhaled or smoked, it causes drowsiness, loss of senses, and render one helpless. And the last part is hallucinogen. Hallucinogen, example I say is marijuana. It has no medical use, but it is normally misused. This causes distorted perception, illusion, delusions, and hallucinations, provoking of changes of thinking and can even lead to death. So, having understood that, let us look at causes of drug abuse. The first one, quest for excitement. Two, peer influence, attitude of coping mates that take drugs. Three, curiosity, desire to find out how one will feel after taking drugs. Quest to overcome or reduce stress and frustration. Quest for self-confidence. These are causes, are factors that can lead to drug abuse. Thanks.